And we are back in action, everybody. Here we go for round 2. Fight.
Finish him.
Yes. Fatality. All right, lads and ladies. The Tomb of Akentepe takes no prisoners. Let's see what you guys got. So, north, south, or GT to the FO? Are you fleeing?
Fleeing is an option? Oh, fuck!
But real quick,
my friend.
do I need to let you know which spells I have prepared? Is this something I should be whispering you at the start of sessions?
No, I'm just gonna trust you on this. I'm not gonna harangue you about something as trivial as that.
Sure.
Just as long as you're not like, well, Bub, I prepared this ability that actually just blows up the enemy's penis. Well, that you're gonna have to show me that spell because I don't fucking know it.
For my 7th, 4th level spell today.
You don't want to see that one.
Yeah, no, I don't want to.
My level 2 witch would like to cast Wish.
No, not at all. No, thank you, sir. No, thank you.
And she wants a giant Gatling gun.
Listen now, okay? I need you to calm down, all right? Gatling gun. Get the fuck out of here. Okay.
Can I use steel to take that Gatling gun?
That was the same thing. He fires the 3 darts he just picked up, but he's got a bag of holding and a portal spell set up, so it just immediately reloads itself when it fires. It's beautiful.
Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes you need to reload the portal.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like bullshit. I'm not for it. I tap out. I'm not for it. No. But I am for this dungeon. So what are you guys thinking? You stand around just looking in awe at Akentepe's past?
So what shall we do? North or south?
You know what? That door definitely looks somewhat ajar, and definitely looks safer than the closed doors that we've been dealing with. I feel like we should go there.
Pilakka would like to sniff the air towards the open door.
Sure.
Okay.
Grant me a perception, if you will.
You're definitely a bird.
Not the weirdest thing I've seen today.
I smell more scorpions.
Yeah. No, there is nothing of the sort that leads you to believe that there is any decay. Nothing of death hangs in the what little crack or font in the door remains. But there is something bizarre, something that's not natural, potentially incense. Something lingers on the air from here.
Well, and she taps her staff about like twice on the ground. Well, one of you stout folk ought to pry open the door, if you would.
One of your stout folk? I wonder who he could be talking about, perhaps.
One of you sturdy types.
I think she's referring to the dwarf.
If we make it out of here, I swear to God, someone's going to have to tell me the purpose of this bird.
Apparently to use you.
She's currently just eyeing up and down the corded muscle of Abasi's arm.
Turbo's on it tonight, man. You guys got your 3rd luck reroll.
Holy
I'm
crap.
thinking back several thousand years to when you used to be as strapping as me. Then I'm going to try and open the door.
Okay. It doesn't really take much. It's much easier, especially since it's not sort of wedged in its stone face. With ease, you grab onto what fixture is mounted to the door itself, and you slide it across. It reveals to you a small hallway, steps descending downward.
You see, now suddenly, as I open every door, it becomes a rogue's problem again, now doesn't it?
Donkor's gonna brandish his dagger. He's gonna be like, "Listen, this is what I need right now."
What I need is not to get perforated by a trap that our cat happens to be too light to not stab me with.
So
I think
far,
Xanjafar, if you want to look around.
So far, neither of you have been expressly successful in finding traps.
Was that the voice of God is talking to me and reminding me of a good point? How my eyes work.
Wow, Abasi.
Wow.
You were convinced that this is just a simple set of stairs. Nothing here looks out of place. There are no tripwires, no false steps, no depressed steps. You see nothing hanging or lurking from above. You give it the solid once over, and it seems just as mundane as that.
I'm still terrified, by the way, so if the rogues want to...
I mean, you have more hit points than us, so...
All right, so
The meta is real, damn it.
Donkor at this point is just gonna be like, you know what? Fine, I'll go. So he's gonna make his way, I guess, down the stairs and to the next door.
Pilakka puts her hand on Donkor's shoulder, stopping him just before he moves, and then whips one of the darts down to the bottom of the staircase into the room.
Okay, so the room itself is blocked by a door, so there is definitely a door that's stopping it.
Then never mind to all of that. Donkor,
sure.
go right ahead.
All right.
I mean,
Just throws a needle into the door. Tink.
Yep. Checking.
2 log traps just like swing an inch in front of Donkor's face.
Crush the dart.
See, sometimes you don't need a rogue, guys. You just need to be bold and have heaps of hit points. That's all, right? Right?
Yeah, like Pilakka.
Sure.
Or just the bold part.
Yeah.
at this point, I think it's just.
I'll walk through every doorman with no hesitation. But the last time you went, listen, you guys have been in this room for 45 fucking minutes and there's nothing here. And I went, fine, and ran into the next room. I lost my dick.
That did happen. That
Wait, hold up. Like literal dick losing can happen?
They hit me with a disease that made the dick
You're not
turn
touching
into a
my dick.
vagina, and then the vagina melt from my body.
Oh, different
I find
time you
that
lost your
latter
dick.
part
Never mind.
More disturbing.
It was not a good time.
it was rough. Yeah. Yes. I think that the best one, probably my favorite was, I think I expressed this early on, but the whoosh, when they read the Trapped Wizard's book, and it changed the genitalia of every living creature in the room. It basically just swapped them.
I think the worst part
Including the
about
badger.
that was when you were explaining it. You're like, oh, there's a thing, and there's a piece of paper, and there's a spell, and he starts reading the spell, and you're like, oh, it's a picture of a cat in a wizard's hat. And I went, no! Pinto, no!
Yeah, that's when I kind of let my viewers have a little bit more control. Yeah, a little more control.
Pinto's in a ravine. We haven't heard from him in forever.
We'll hear from him eventually.
So is anyone behind Donkor?
I don't think so.
Negative.
I'm just gonna like quickly take one to look over at the door. So that's a perception, right?
If you want to make a perception, if you feel like your life is a threat, then by all means you can. If you are just convinced that you want to push on it, it's just a
Always.
door. What's the worst?
My
that can
life is always at a threat.
All right, yeah, it's a door, without a doubt. It's a fucking stone door. You don't see any traps, nothing. It's just
Cool.
yeah,
We're opening it.
sure as shine. That's a damn door. You got it.
Nice.
I am behind
we're-
Donkor.
We're opening this door.
I throw a metal dart. I'm just kidding.
All right. It reveals
Fuck doors.
something a little different here. A brightly painted chariot sits in the center of this chamber.
How?
Beyond the chariot, a large canvas stretches between 2 stone columns. The
How
skins
the fuck did they get that down here?
of several animals, antelopes, great cats, and crocodiles, now faded and deteriorated with age, are tacked to the canvas. A wooden chest, lacquered white and trimmed with gold inlay, sits in the southeast corner. In each corner of the room, a small stone shield is molded into the masonry at shoulder height. An open hallway leads to the east, and a set of stone double doors leads south. D for Donkor. Your first turn.
I'm just gonna take in the sights. I will roll a perception to see if I see anything immediate that catches my eye. I'm very cautious. Nope, not happening.
That's a big ass chariot.
I don't see shit. All right, then I'm just gonna stand there and wait for everybody else to get in.
I mean, you would see the chest. That would probably send some kind of notion to you, right? Like ooh, there's a chest.
Yeah, and he'll probably take notice of it, but being the fact that he's still incredibly cautious right now,
sure.
He's gonna be like, I'll wait to open that just so you can get a second opinion.
Okay. Do you just kind of wade into the room, pushing forward?
Yeah, he'll probably stand closer toward the chariot, probably maybe right around here.
All right. You can see that there is an open hallway. From your current angle, it looks as if there are masks, potentially funerary masks, that adorn the wall itself. There's another open room just past that. It seems to have neat things inside. Until you move over there, I'm afraid I can't tell you a whole lot.
Okay, I'm just gonna wait for everybody else.
I'm gonna
forward. He's
since he ventured far enough in that I don't feel like there's anything I can step on. I want to see what I immediately notice about the chariot, like if there's any markings on it that I would recognize, or because I'm from this area as well.
Sure.
So would I use local knowledge?
Yeah, you could use that to depict additional information about the chariot itself. Xanjafar, from your best guess, this is probably Akentepe's actual chariot. Now, in its current state, it would not be able to be brought down here, but disassembled and then reassembled back down here, yes. In fact, in the previous depiction on bas relief, as you had scaled down that stone tunnel, inside of that room, it showed a chariot where he was seen clutching onto a scarab shield, holding a khopesh wildly in the opposite hand.
Nice. So like an IKEA chariot.
Well, they certainly all weren't one piece. They wouldn't move very far, very fast.
I guess I want to make a perception check of the room just afterwards, since people are being hesitant coming in here.
Yes, everybody is definitely shaken, without a doubt.
I mean, rightfully so.
Yeah. Go ahead. Let's see what you got. Is that the 18?
Yeah, I was 18.
Sure. I don't really see anything that kind of sticks out to you. There's definitely an homage of sorts here to Akentepe. You find the urns to the northern wall. There seemed to be a chest that is tucked away in the southeastern corner, probably closer to Donkor. But you don't really see anything else that sticks out. A hallway that continues on, though.
Right.
I don't know what you guys are waiting for. There's nothing in here right now. It's me and this guy. Me and Xanjafar, right? That's your name?
Pilakka's totally in another world, sorting through her spells mentally. Because that's what I was actually doing. But as soon as she steps in, would like to, again, cast Detect Magic. This time, directing it towards the chest.
Sure. Let's see what we have here.
I know if she keeps this up, it's going to start having penalties, but look, every room has been interesting.
Sure, you can actually see that there are minor magics inside of this chest.
Okay. All right. She's going to mention as much. You said it's originating from inside the chest, or it seems to be part of the chest itself?
It seems to be inside.
Inside the chest.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, she'll just give a nod towards the chest. Say something of magical nature within that. She's not going to open it though.
Well, then all right, you open it. Okay, then.
Oh no! If you're in front of me, so if you are going to open it, you'll get there first. So, but if no one's going for it, I'm gonna beeline.
Neferani, do you still come into the room though?
I was behind Donkor, so I'll probably like over here. I was trying to follow.
Sure.
I'd imagine I still hear like, I'll open it from here.
Right.
Now your vision
Yeah.
is a little different, given that you have, I believe you have low light, or do you have dark?
I have low light.
Okay. You can see past the immediate hallway. It appears that there are armaments from your current location over here. You can see what looks to be shields, potentially a sword, something befits a table.
How
So
does she see that if she's behind
hold
me?
on. Can
She's got better
I
vision.
not?
I
Can
have low light too.
More like in roll 20
shit.
than they can see because of my stats.
Yes, you are given that you have a particular vision type, you are capable of seeing more. Let's see if oh, here we go. Found it. You should be able to see more now.
Oh, I could see before, but I was like, am I supposed to see that? Because no one else is talking about it.
Yeah.
I can see
so
everything in that
That's
room.
that's why I was confused. I was like, wait a minute,
I
I have
can't
low light
see
too.
any- I'm a dirty human with
He
a
is.
torch.
He is, in fact.
Are you keeping that torch lit, by the way? Because I'm
Yes.
only low light vision. Okay, good.
So is someone going for if someone's going for
I
the
will
chest,
move up
then
here.
I'm gonna start going towards the other stuff.
Okay. Go for it. Start moving your characters around. You guys don't have to wait on each other. If you want to shift and move around, then by all means. It's not.
All right.
It doesn't really move by operation like that until you start moving into combat.
Okay, so Donkor will take another gander at the chest now. Now that Pilakka kind of saw that there was something in there that had magical nature, so
Sure.
he's curious. So I'm gonna roll a perception on this
All right.
and see if there's if it's like trapped or anything.
Sure. Give it to me. Let's see what you got.
Oh my god, my rolls today are horrible.
Hey, Donkor. It looks good. It looks good.
Would you like some help with the chest, or you got this?
You know, I think I need a second opinion. My eyes don't seem to be working today.
Right. I mean,
Abasi.
it is kind of dark.
You idly shuffle into the room, not really sure of yourself just yet. Pilakka, you seem to be keenly observing what? The chariot, the tapestry, the urns, what?
The tapestry and the urns.
Okay.
Yes. Probably the urns first.
Okay, let's see here.
So my perception check was for the chest.
Xanjafar, it looks good.
Okay.
Does it look locked though to me, or does it just look like?
It does have a locking mechanism, yes.
Okay.
All right. So Donkor is gonna take his word for it, and he's gonna try to lockpick the lock that's on the chest. What do I use for this?
Disable device.
Where is disable device? All right, and I also have thieves tools on me.
Is it masterwork?
No.
All right. Now you can disable the device. With Masterwork Thieves tools, it will offer you +2. In this case, it doesn't really seem like it's enough to shift, to actually shift the mechanism itself. And you know you're doing as well as you possibly can here. I need to know what your armor class is.
Wearing studded leather, so that's what? Light armor? Medium?
It should just there's a number.
Or just AC.
It should say
Oh,
AC
my-
and a number.
14.
Okay. Okay. Even or odd in your favor?
Even.
Odd. All right. I'm going to need you to make a fortitude save.
Oh, here we go.
You're going to take 5 points of damage. Now, what's happened here is you have identified that there is a locking mechanism. You don't seem to see any sort of trap whatsoever, but as you take your tools and you move very carefully to the entrance of the mechanism itself, the moment that your first tool passes by the lip of the lock, it seems that something outwardly stabs directly into your forefingers, just from the locking mechanism itself. And your fortitude was a 14. It is not going to be enough. Let me see what's happening here. What happens to our dude, guys?
Everyone's gonna.
What
die
is
fast.
happening?
Nothing.
I'm imagining Donkor just silently looking at his bloody hand, just like,
It wouldn't be the first time he's been bloody, but this time he's just going to be like, oh, boy.
Okay.
Usually you're the one that bites the treasure.
All right. You take 1 con damage. So whatever your constitution is, in the temporary modifiers, put -1.
How do I do this?
It's the column to the right of the modifier.
Okay.
Sweet.
Now, Xanjafar, you could see this. As he was shifting, you saw whatever this instrument was quickly dip out, stabbing into his forefingers just under that ridged knuckle there before the palm. And it flashes onto his fingers, cutting very deeply so. That's a fair amount. It probably cut down to the bone itself. Just for example here, a commoner, if they took 5 points of damage, would die.
Right.
Donkor, on the other hand, Donkor, you're looking a little bit better.
What's your HP?
You technically don't
right
know.
now.
You technically don't know that.
Oh, okay. We wouldn't know this.
Yeah, you guys don't know that. In this particular scenario, I need you to give me another fortitude save as you're kind of holding your hand there in shock. Remember, you can react.
Oh my god.
Donkor, lose another con damage. It's starting to stack up. While this is happening, anytime your constitution shifts down, so what was it at previously? Let's see.
It was at 12, so right now I'm at 10.
Yeah, you lose 2 hit points from your max total.
Has Pilakka noticed this going on?
Yes. You heard that hushed, like, sharp breath.
Is this temporary?
Yes-ish.
If you don't die.
Just like life is temporary.
Does it look like his hands are like stuck?
No.
Donkor.
It was quickly one of those things where it stabbed across the hand, and when he pulled away, the blade was no longer there, and now he's like clutching his bleeding forefingers.
Okay.
Donkor, everything is temporary. Pilakka's going to now. She's interested and kind of making no hurry. She makes her way around the chariot and then comes up behind Donkor, putting a hand on like as far as high as she can reach, a shoulder if she can, or as small as his back, however, and uses hex healing.
Okay.
On him. Which functions as cure light wounds.
Give me a D1000.
Oh, come on, guys.
Wow.
Come on. You're fucking killing me.
No, they're fucking killing Donkor.
At least
Yeah,
it's not 911.
Well, you
guys,
might be
thanks.
killing Donkor. I'm just gonna like fireball him at close range.
That was the last wild magic of today, and that was from Vigil Mushroom.
I thought we were getting rid of this.
Oh no, this is something that they get now as a reward for being a patron. They can only do this one time a month, and it's gone for the rest of the month. All right, let's see.
How many people are on your Patreon again?
A fair amount, but remember there are 2 other games.
Well, mathematically, I'm just saying.
Enough.
Okay, this is actually something very, very light. When you seem to cast the spell, you're trying to hex this healing, so the flesh itself will begin to mend, and the blood will stop stifling from its wound itself. You can see the sand begin to rise around your feet, and as the sand begins to rise, it seems to sort of pull itself together and form sand butterflies as they begin to hover and flap their sandy wings for 6 to 10 seconds. This happens for 2 to 3 rounds, and then they fall back again.
Pilakka, with the other hand, she's gonna like kind of cock her head for a second and think like something's really up with this place. And then with the other hand is going to kind of like touch him again, just kind of like one hand. Then she's like, screw it. And then with the other hand, actually cast Cure Light Wounds.
You got it.
And if I have to roll a D1000, I quit. I'm just done. I'm done. I can't play a caster when I don't know what's going to happen, guys.
It's true. It's very true. Go ahead and heal him. It's going to be a D8 plus your current level.
Oh, cool. Plus what? My level?
Yep.
Cool.
Heal 7.
right.
You will go back to max. I need you to give me another fortitude save though.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably still fighting that off.
Negative, sir. You drop another point. You can see the blood seems to not slow down, right? So there are multiple parts to this, right? He is healing your artificial health bar of sorts. It's shifting back up. So the wound that you've taken is filling, but you need to.
But
treat
nobody's
the wound. You need to,
healed him.
yeah, you need to
So
close.
I'm gonna use heal on myself.
Okay. Do you have a healer's kit?
I do not.
All right. So how do you bind the wound?
I'm going to.
Do you tear off bits of clothing? Do you?
I'm going to tear off a portion of the blanket that I have in my backpack,
Sure. Okay.
and then I'm
Make
going
the
to
check. Let's see what you got.
All right.
Yeah, I have nothing to help you.
I do.
All right. Yeah, you managed to wrap the wound itself. You know, with Pilakka's spell and with your wrapping, it's probably just enough for you to no longer continue bleeding out. It'll take some time to coagulate, especially since poison now courses through your body. You can feel it. It's slowly knocking away at your health. Give me one last fortitude save. It's not enough. You take one last point of constitution damage. Now, Xanjafar, you are convinced without a doubt that if the blade is no longer visible, it likely reset.
Correct. I don't know. I'm torn because I see how injured he is.
Sure.
But at the same time, I do have master work tool. Oh, I'm not muted.
No, you're good.
Okay. I was like, what?
No, you're good.
Don't worry about chat. We'll tell you way before they will.
Definitely.
I have masterwork tools, and then I have a decent disable device modifier, at least in my opinion.
You can give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen?
Right. What's the worst that could happen?
It's like you watch one friend put his hand on the stove and fall over screaming, and now you're just like,
But I can do it really fast.
More resilient.
Right. I've got quicker hands.
But
I'll
this
let
is
you-
my hand.
I'll let you debate on that. I'm going to actually slide this over to Neferani. Neferani, you've been examining this table now for a short amount of time. I wanted to tell you about the hallway that you passed through first. 4 funerary masks hang on one wall of this short hallway, staring down as if in judgment of anyone standing in the corridor itself. And you've passed into what appears to be some sort of trophy room. A table displaying a 3-dimensional diorama occupies much of the north side of this room. 3 shields with different designs are displayed upon a rack against the eastern wall, while various weapons hang from another rack along the south wall. Arrayed around the room are 5 small chests and a clay urn.
these butterflies still flying around?
No, after probably 10 or so seconds, they're gone.
So I'm
All
close
right.
enough though to hear Donkor like being injured, right?
Yes.
But he like if I look back, like he's like they got this, right?
They seem to be tending to it, yes.
Okay, so I would like to like inspect the table and everything that's on it.
Okay. A further inspection of the table itself. Let's see here. What can I offer you? Can you read Ancient O Siriani?
I can read Common, Catfolk, and Sylvian.
And Sylvan, okay.
Sylvan, yeah.
As far as you can tell, it looks to be a sculpted landscape. Tiny stone wooden statues. It seems to be some sort of depiction. A battle of sorts. There are men that have been whittled out of what looks to be clay or wood that are displayed across this table particularly. You note that there is a stack of parchment, somewhat half-rolled at its corner turn. Give me a knowledge history. Neferani, you can't be for certain, but this appears to be hand-scrivened battle strategy.
Ooh. Hey. I know that. Are you okay, Donkor? Because I think I found something. Aren't we looking for war-style documents?
Yeah, I thought that's what they were looking for, but I can't quite seem to focus right now.
Because I think I found some. I'm
I'll
not
check
gonna
out.
touch it. I'm just gonna kind of like gesture towards it because I've seen what happens when we try to touch things right now.
Sure.
Speaking
Abasi,
of touching,
as
go ahead.
a consort to pharaohs, to kings, you can recognize battle documents anywhere. This is certainly combat strategies. It seems to be weathered, dated, but it's very, very well composed in its situation. It's not dilapidated in any form of fashion. It seems to be very well put together. It seems to match the description of what it is that you're looking for.
Will I read and write ancient Osirian? Can I pick up anything on it, or?
Let's find out. Yes, it actually suggests that this is the commended battle plans written of Akentepe himself. They were plans that were suggested to have won combats from tribes in many larger battles north of the Mwangi Expanse.
All right. Well, I will express that to the party, and this is very likely what the consortium wanted us to find. But there's still a whole tomb left to explore, assuming Donkor hasn't lost a finger.
I haven't lost my hand, I don't think. I'm just dying.
Donkor, give me a perception, please.
Wow.
Oh, now I roll good. All right.
No, where was that?
I can see that my finger is screwed.
As you kind of fall back to your ass, clutching onto your hand, you keenly observe the locking mechanism, and you can see without a doubt that just a hint of the blade itself is visible to you. It could just be your intense vision compared to others, right? Like you've always been able to see in the dark better than others, and that's likely due to your abilities of being a skinwalker.
Right.
Abasi, Neferani, perceptions, please.
So my suggestion is just put your finger in the hole and then transform, and you'll pop it open.
Yeah, I should have actually transformed then, now that I think about it.
Neferani, just to your right, there seems to be a shield that is sort of heralded in a very different way. It's the way that it's been built up on this podium makes you think that there is something more remarkable about it. And after kind of peering at all angles of it, it's a shield that is shaped like a scarab. Abasi, you can see this as well. But what you also notice, Abasi, is that as you peer over her shoulder, seeing this very same shield, something moves out of the corner of your eye. You briefly catch it.
Okay, where did it move?
From the top of the table.
The one that we're standing at?
Yes.
I am going to grab Neferani and take like 2 steps back and motion that something just moved.
Now, Neferani, you've been standing here the entire time. Nothing has shifted. Nothing has moved. You are very keen at watching and seeing targets that may be shifting or anything of that nature, and nothing has moved on this table. The dust has not been disturbed even. But Abasi seems to be very clear. He's stepping back. He's trying to clutch at your armor. Back now.
I'll probably step back with him, even if I'm not quite. I trust that he's trying to do the right thing, even if I don't think that it's the correct thing.
Okay.
But I don't see any harm in letting him move me.
Okay. Pilakka, you see them shifting back away from the table itself. Xanjafar, you can clearly see that Donkor is watching the lock intensely so. Like his field of vision has not quite left it.
Do you think I should give it a go, or?
Well, I can definitely tell you that there's still a blade in there, and this definitely hurts. So, if you think you can disarm the blade and get what's inside, have at it. But I wouldn't suggest it right now.
Seeing I could observe them. Well, they stated out loud, correct, that these were the supposed war documents, correct?
Yes.
Like that was stated by someone.
Now they're very carefully trying to pull themselves away from that. They seem to be backing up slowly.
I still want to make a perception check to see if I can, from observing him fucking his hand up, if I can see like I can see how the device works better, maybe.
Okay, give me a perception. Yes, actually, you can see that there is a mechanism internal to it. You're not so keen on the idea of placing your eye next to it, but as you get nearer, you're convinced that whatever's inside, the blade will not just magically leap out at you. It's something that's triggered.
Okay. So I would like to use disable device.
Okay. Give me a disable. Remember, you got luck rolls.
Yeah,
I do.
I would fucking use that.
You have 3.
Okay, I want to.
I should have used mine.
Hey, it's better.
What? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna take
His
my
severed hand goes sailing over his shoulder.
I'm gonna take my cursor off the screen and then back on 3 times. This is how I do it on video.
Don't Jamie Lannister. There you go.
Still
Okay.
He also has masterwork tools.
He has
I have masterwork tools.
Because you have masterwork tools, are you able to successfully disable the device? You're able to slip the tool just inside of the socket itself, and you seemingly pull what looks to be some kind of cord just from the lock itself, and you are more than convinced that this is what's been triggering it the entire time. It's something that the untrained eye would not be able to see, and the moment that you kind of press basic tools inside, it pulls on said wire in a way that makes the blade leap forward, just to quickly stab at the lock. Do you sever it?
Oh.
With the green wire.
Waiting for it to turn into a projectile when he cuts it.
I'm gonna
said that-
slowly like crawl a little bit away. Still be looking.
I see that the wire, when pressed against it, pulls the blade out.
Yes. Yes.
Donkor just takes a knife in the back because he's crawling away.
Trying to kill me, man.
I cut it. I don't know. I cut the wire.
Sure enough. You managed to cut the wire, and the blade seems to just limply fall out of the socket itself. It's hooked like the bill of a bird, a predatory bird.
Right.
And you can see that it's been heavily coated. There's just a bit of blood at the surface itself, but the further you go up the hook of the blade, you can see that there is some kind of oil that soaks it.
Okay, so it was like a poisonous blade.
Definitely so, yeah. That's
Okay.
actually what it's called, a poisoned blade trap.
Nice.
You know, whatever they wanted, it sure as hell be important.
Do
Sure enough.
you want to keep this as a memoir or a souvenir?
Yeah, not today. Maybe next time.
So
When you sever the tie itself, you hear a click, and the lip seems to shudder briefly for a moment before it shifts about an inch or so.
So does that mean that the top of it shifted?
Yeah.
Like the case. Okay. Can I make another perception check to see if I'm in any immediate danger after disabling the first device?
You certainly can try. It wouldn't be the first time that I've had a double or triple trapped chest.
And it was a mimic the whole time.
Trapped mimic.
I hate mimics.
How many?
You have to mimic, man.
I want to use my last one.
You got it, bud.
There we go.
Xanjafar, it looks good.
Okay, so I open the chest.
It
We still have an hour.
it
Naked
reveals,
midget
yeah.
launches from the chest.
My favorite.
So the chest
The
itself,
midget is a mimic.
the chest itself, it's beautiful, right? You could tell that in the marketplace that the chest alone would likely fetch a large sum. It's a bit of an art piece. The chest itself contains 3 potions. You can also see that there are a few books that, while thin, are gold-plated. It appears that the first book is written in ancient Osiriani. The second itself, it looks to be a bit more of a modern Osiriani, and it says that it's the various military campaigns of Akhentepe the Great.
Bird lady, do you want to look at books? Maybe I found some nice books and potions.
As soon as he says books, her shuffling, rattling gait becomes a slightly faster shuffling, rattling gait.
So I'm gonna step back.
Now, when I say that these are books, I don't mean like it's not something like this, right? Like it's not just a simple novel.
Right. It's like
these
a
are tomes. These are immense.
Right.
Each book, when shuffling them out of the chest, weighs 35 pounds apiece.
Jeez.
2 books weigh more than you.
They're gold-plated.
Can I use appraisal to see what potions they are?
Appraisal won't help you identify the potions, but it might help you identify the cost or the value of some things.
Okay, because... Let's see. What do I have that could...
You have access to spellcraft.
I do, actually.
That could help.
What the fuck?
There are 3 potions, 2 of which are the same color. It's this very picture TMNT ooze green, and the other appears to be this odd swirling pattern. It's almost like a purpley with silver glistens inside of the vial itself. Are you identifying the green or the purple swirls?
So I'm going to identify the green ones.
Okay, those are healing potions. You're convinced they're healing potions. They match some of the color of the local potions that you guys have used at one point, even those that you have at the moment. It seems that it's a bit faded, but no lesser in value.
All right. So, but I would have taken notice of the purple one, right?
You certainly would have, yes.
All right.
You know, I can see that those are healing potions, but Pilakka, the purple one's all yours.
Very much appreciated. I see that you are somewhat acquainted with the art of alchemy, but I shall attend to that later. First, I am busy. And then she's going to just plop down on the floor unceremoniously and start going through the tomes at just a prodigious rate with her good eye.
Sure. The last potion?
And it's, I guess maybe while she's doing that, she'll uncork as she's kind of turning the pages. She'll uncork the last potion, dip a pinky in, and then try to identify it with a spell check.
Give me a spellcraft, yeah.
1 second.
I believe in you.
Nice.
It's not too crazy. This is actually a very simple potion. You've crafted many or brewed many yourself. It's a potion of dark vision. You've never had to make one for yourself, but many have come to you in the past requesting something like this.
Okay, then she'll just cork it and say, a human, and just without even looking, toss it towards Xanjafar.
Xanjafar catches it. Do I need to make?
Give me a reflex. Yeah, give me a reflex save.
Just shatter on his face, makes out an eye.
He just threw an ancient glass vial at your face, and with the quickness, you're able to snatch it out of the air, very carefully. So
I drink the potion. I like that.
No hesitation.
I haven't told you what it is.
I trust the bird.
Okay.
The bird put it in its mouth, so I guess it's fine.
I mean, the bird tasted it. Like,
Good.
Right. A pinky's worth is the same as an entire chug.
He has met some really risque drug dealers in the past.
I like to live life on the edge.
In case you were wondering,
After his hand was mutilated, and I was like, you know what?
I think I'm gonna take my try
I
out.
do like to live dangerous.
Epitaph, I trusted the bird.
Xanjafar's opening all of the doors for us.
As he's drinking it down, Pilakka's gonna be like, "You may want to put out the torch before that kicks in." And about 75% of all takers experience some sort of gastrointestinal upset. Be warned.
Great. Crohn's disease.
Is frozen in the dark makes you gassy?
Without hesitation, as you knock this down quickly, you're hearing what Pilakka's saying to you. Your vision grows intensely so, and you can see the depths, the corners of the room with much clarity. But the light itself is a bit much at first. It takes some adapting. It definitely takes some adapting, and it seems to kind of shake your vision a little bit, leaving some tracers on the room before your eyes finally do adapt to just that. You can see
how do I turn
much more
off
clarity.
my torch? Character.
You just stamp it out. Just to clear.
Oh, okay. Like my vision will adjust within.
You ever ashed a cigarette before?
Yep.
Stab it in the sand.
Real big fucking cigarette, but yeah.
I didn't mean actually how to physically get. How do I get rid of this?
A power switch.
There's a little.
Just put it on the ancient
side.
chariot. It'll be fine.
Don't you have the app on your phone, Ryu?
Don't you guys have phones?
Well, here, check it out. I can actually change the color of my room.
All right,
with
this
the
should
app
change things now. From your character's perspective, you should be able to see much more.
on. Yeah.
Congratulations, you can see what I see.
Hey, nice. I cannot be blind.
Do you see what I see?
Thank you. I was about to sing that.
Oh. Can I real quick? Can I
the bar
just, see if can I appraise the chest to see if it's even worth like
You can
hauling
try.
it out? I will try.
Show me what you got, boss.
Nothing.
It's wood.
I mean, it's pretty, but it's still a box.
No one buys
Good.
boxes.
Yeah.
That's a nice box. I like that box.
I'm sure
Do
that's
you
not the
like-
first time you said that before.
No, definitely not the last
that
either.
Yeah, he wasn't around for long.
Oh, gone in 60 seconds, right?
That's the second time today. All right.
Oh, damn. Good stuff. Pilakka,
Proceed with your guys'.
Yes.
do you have Ancient Osiriani?
Yes. Yeah, she does speak and read it.
Sure. Glancing
She picked
over
it up.
this, the first book that you picked up is the Life's Writ and Biography of Akentepe himself. Would definitely be valuable to the right people. You aren't entirely sure if it's quite what you're looking for, but definitely valuable.
Sure.
The other book is the various military campaigns of Akentepe himself. This probably fits the bill a bit more clearly. You're not really sure what you're supposed to return in amount, but I know that Neferani and Abasi feel confident that they have found what they think is have been requested.
Okay. She will make as much known to the rest of the group. I'm sorry. You said they thought they found, or you think this is what I have in my lap is?
It might be both, to be honest. You're not really
Okay.
sure what all you're going to need.
Okay. If we are to relay his military exploits, then this book will come in handy. This one, perhaps not as much, but could be worthwhile.
Neferani and Abasi, you have been sort of haphazardly looking back to them because they keep making a significant amount of noise. Can I get some perceptions, please, from you two?
The long and the short of it is, no matter what you find and what we're given to them, we should just make them a copy first.
Abasi, glancing back to the table to see what you may have thought moved, you are 100% certain that you saw something shift behind one of the larger huts of the diorama. Something quickly moved.
Something smart enough to hide from us in these dioramas and quick enough to keep itself hidden from Neferani. But I'm fairly certain I know which hut it's behind right now.
Yes.
Neferani, just keep your eye on that one right there.
Why?
I'm gonna regret this.
Should I pick it up? Should I? What?
I'm gonna grab the thing it's behind and pull it away from it and towards me.
Okay, all right. Let's get initiatives, please.
Fuck.
Oh, great.
Oh, there we go. He found it.
Okay. Actually, if you guys can click on... Okay, I've got some of you.
It's like, what do we have to click on?
Click on your token, and then roll your initiative for me.
I see.
It'll actually pull you in order.
Oh. Am I highlighted on my token right now? I'm not.
I have Neferani, I have Pilakka, and I have Xanjafar. Now, I've got everyone. Now, let's put me in there.
Both of my initiative rolls were bad. Yay. I'm the one fucking touching it. I go last.
You got spooked.
Shit.
Let's see. Plus 4.
Should have taken that shield off the
I
wall
critically
first.
failed. All right. No, I'm last.
Thank fucking God.
However, they are going to get a surprise round.
The Jack in the Box was in your hands when it went off. Abasi.
I didn't surprise it. It surprised me. Come on.
100%.
Everybody's surprised.
I knew it was there. I knew I was waiting for it.
I'm still working on the level of the battle music, so bear with me if it's just a little loud at first.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition, Jared. That's the problem.
A miniature little 3-man squad of the Spanish Inquisition was behind it. Swords out.
Sure enough, as you move up to the table itself, and the moment that you lift it up, you reveal behind it there is what looks to be a small fetish, a doll of sorts, that is crouching, holding a shield, and what looks to be a very small spear. The other 3 on the table take action, and they dive at you, clutching spears, stabbing down at your arm. What is your AC, Abasi? Your flat foot.
My AC seems low right now. Am I with everything equipped?
Let's take a look.
Because I know we were unequipping things to make me lighter, but...
Abasi, your AC is 18. Now, that's right.
That's right? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. My tiny warrior dolls. All right, friendo. Nice.
I'm remembering the cleric's insanely high AC is the problem.
Now, what is your flat foot? That is going to be lower than 18.
Flat-footed is 17.
Not much. All right, so here we go. It's going to be very difficult. 1, 2, 3.
Fuck!
One of them is able to just break by your armor. It seems like the other 2 slam down and they struck whatever plate or scale in your armor itself, and they cannot just bypass it. However, one of them managed to find a hole, a snag in the armor itself, and stabs down with a spear. For 3 points of damage, they leave the spear wedged into the arm itself. It's probably about 8 or so inches long, and it's sticking just outside of your arm. Now they pull up their shield, and they pull a khopesh from their side.
How big are they?
They are tiny. They are smaller than house cats.
Yeah. You couldn't need a bigger toothpick than that.
Neferani, you're up in combat.
All right. I'm gonna get out my. Oh my god, you're gonna have to pronounce it for me. Is it kukri?
Kukri, yes.
Kukri. Like, I'm gonna attack it. It's trying to hurt my friends. So.
Schnorbin's a good job, mate.
So do I just click on the?
Yeah, I think there was an issue with your weapons, but let's see what you got. Go ahead and do that for me.
Ooh.
Okay, all right. So it did roll right. Let's see if you're gonna break my dude's AC here. So you quickly draw your weapon, and you take a slash at it, and it seems that it just breaks by their body. Your kukri just slashes, and it seems to just connect, but it has no lasting damage. You are unable to strike them. You hit, nothing's happened though. You just jar them backwards briefly. Pilakka. What do you do, Pilakka?
Pilakka moves here and passes.
Pilakka's clutching the books. She pulls herself out of combat.
She's already read the books. The books are in the dirt.
Okay. All right, perfect. Then we move over to Donkor.
Donkor is gonna cast stealth.
cast stealth. Stealth is you. I don't. Wait a minute. I don't think you. What is stealth for your character? You just using a skill?
Yeah, it should just be a skill.
Okay, so that's not really a casting of sorts. It's more or less like it's a skill that you're trying to use.
Yeah.
You can try. It's very difficult to hide from an opponent that actually knows that you're there. However,
I mean, does it because I'm in another room?
you're not really sure what their vision is like.
True. All right, let's see.
Wow.
That's very good. That's very good. You, what do you do? How do you hop out of their vision and move into stealth?
I'm going to, since I'm still by the staircase, I'm going to simply go into like the doorway, which should just be out of their vision.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You pull yourself out of the room itself, just out of the vision. That's going to be an action. Did you move? Are you trying anything else?
I did move, and I'm going to end it there.
Okay, very good. Xanjafar, it's time to earn your money.
Apparently.
The dwarf is yelling about something with a toothpick. You can see some small barb sticking out of his arm.
How far can I move with my first move? Because I get a move in an action.
You get a move action and a standard. Yep, in the action
yeah.
economy, you get a move and a standard. You're going to move 30 feet in your movement.
So,
if you decide that you want to sacrifice your standard, you can move an additional 30 feet.
right. I would like. Well, okay. So like the distance between me and. Isn't there a tool I can use to see this?
This is actually to scale, yes. On the left-hand side, it looks like a circle with a ruler in it. You can click from yourself, and it will show you how far away it is. Everything is to scale.
Okay, that's fucking dope. Yeah, I would like to move. Okay, so the figure, there's 4 figures, correct? 1, 2.
You can't really immediately tell. If you're just looking down at this like it's a battle map, then yeah, there are 4. But from your field of view, Abasi standing in the way, you can only see 1.
You are capable of asking and saying things so long as they take a grand total of like 2 seconds to get out.
Right.
And I could tell you how many there are because they're fighting me.
Right. How many things have toothpicks?
3?
Okay, so Xanjafar moves up to. Oh, that's cool. Or wait, I would have to put it back on the select move.
Yep, you've got to move to the cursor. Select move
Okay.
icon.
And then I guess I don't know. This angle's kind of hard because they're both indirect. I guess I will move here to assist Abasi.
Okay, you move up just to the corner. You
Now,
can.
are they aware of my presence?
Oh yeah, they totally are.
Okay, so I can't make like
It's not like you see eyeballs shifting around because they're carved,
right.
but you believe that they're aware of your presence.
Okay. I would like to attack the closest one with both of my weapons.
Okay, sure. In this situation, just as a heads up, if you're moving into combat and you're aware that there's an enemy there, declare as you move, like, I'm going to draw my weapons and move. Otherwise, drawing your weapon, unless you have quick draw, is it's an action. It'll take a part of your action economy.
Okay,
so you can
I
move
would
and
have
draw
to
your
say
weapons
I'm
at the same
moving,
turn.
and as I move, draw. Okay.
You will only get a single attack.
That little fuck.
You'll only get a single attack because you did move this round. So go ahead
Right.
and click on dagger, or whatever you're attacking with. Click on that for me.
Let's see, grab AC and melee versus EC. So 1d8. I'm going to attack with my Kopesh.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, that's a big boy. And 13. Okay, so Xanjafar, you move and draw your weapon at the same time, and as you take a strike, without hesitation, Abasi, it's probably surprising to you as you haven't quite drawn a weapon yet. You see that the Kopesh comes wild off the side, and he brings it down with his 2 hands across the table. The table is smashed. It's just absolutely destroyed. The fetishes immediately begin scattering about your feet. He misses. Deals no damage. Abasi, it is your turn.
Remember the rules, man, the rules!
My bad.
Based on their size and their location, I don't have anything for cleaving or multi-hit, but could I hit multiple of them if I tried? With, say, the shield, because it's bigger.
Potentially. Do you have shield bash, or do you have anything that would allow your shield to do damage?
Let's see. I have a damage value on my shield, but I don't know if I actually have the skill. Armor proficiency, defensive training, nothing that I can see specifically for the shield.
Okay. Technically, in melee combat, if you go with a shield bash and you do not have improved shield bash, they will get an attack of opportunity, so long as you're aware of that.
I guess I'll just swing the Kopesh at them. There's no point in taking damage when I'm just trying to get a little bit of AoE.
Do you swing down, or are you trying to take a sidelong swing across?
If they went down towards my feet, I would assume that they're making a break away.
We'll be trying to, yes.
Like further into the room or something like that. I would actually try and give them that opportunity, just that split second, to get a little bit away from us so that I don't accidentally take out either of my teammates while trying to slash across at them.
Okay. You draw a weapon and hold action. My turn. They're in fact going to shift. Okay, here we go. They're gonna move.
So there are 4 of them. I only got attacked by 3 of them.
I think you missed one.
Nope.
Says Xanjafar. Sorry about the tape.
Look around, I'm noticing that we're missing 2 of our fighters.
On Neferani. Whoops, that's supposed to be +3 more. Would an 11 hit you, Neferani?
So against my AC,
Yes.
right? No.
Okay.
But AC is 18.
Abasi.
Damn!
That will not hit you. Xanjafar. Will a 15 hit you?
My AC is 15.
Okay, even or odd in your favor?
Even.
Odd. You are hit. Another slam attack comes down. This time they bring the Kopesh across your foot. They slice through the leather boot for 2 points of damage. You feel them slice into the meat of your toes. One from afar.
Wait. That hits kind of hard because I cut off my toe once.
I'm glad you've only done it once.
Yeah, one time. It was one time.
One from afar draws a bow from its back and releases an arrow directly at Abasi. A very small arrow aimed at your face, pointed. Nat 20! Let's go, lads! Here we go. Try it again to confirm. Oh my god!
Oh my.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh. Well.
Okay. It's definitely not going to be a TPK. Not going to happen, but...
You sure? You mean you 100%?
Oh yeah, this isn't going to be
You can't say that for sure.
These things are brutal.
I mean, technically, why haven't we stepped on them? Just put it out there, but...
I'm about to kick one of them into that archer.
I bet he does. I'm going to roll to confirm. That does not confirm. Okay, tell me when to stop, buddy.
It's only your fate.
Yeah, go for it.
Got it. Here we go. Critical hit from... Okay. Eye-opening event. It's actually ironic.
can say that again.
It's double damage, but because I succeeded with a natural 20, it's quad damage. And the target is blinded in that eye until repaired, magically so.
Oh, wow.
I got a bird.
You also got something sticking out of your eye right now.
Whatever
You're
this
going to
is,
have to deal with
it's
that first.
Multiplied by 4. 3, 6, 9, 12, sir. Take 12 points of damage. That's a lot. That's probably the best these guys can do. You just...
I still have more health than the bird.
I have no doubt in my mind.
I would be unconscious and very dying.
These guys
I'd be dead.
Their entire load was blown right there.
Pissed!
Sure. Did you want to take an action now? You did just draw your weapon and hold.
You're right. You're right. And I'm gonna punt the one at my feet at the one with the bow.
Got it. Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
What do I do for that attack?
Are you actually going to be kicking?
I wanted to kick the little one at the other one because I'm mad at the one that just shot me in the eye, and my only form of reaching him is to kick the one closest to me at him.
All right. So not that I think you care, but unless you have improved unarmed attack, he's gonna get a slash at your leg.
Fuck it.
Not that like
You can
it
have the
matters.
leg.
Yep. And you just make an attack. Yeah, just go ahead and make a normal attack. It's gonna be your base attack bonus plus your strength modifier. Let's see what you get. And I'm gonna give it a called shot. You're basically golfing.
Okay, so
Or David
what's
Beckham.
slash R? What specifically do you want me to put here? 1d20 plus.
What is your strength modifier?
4.
Plus your base attack bonus of 2.
6.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Does
Yep.
this work?
That's actually an even or an odd. That is their AC. So, even or odd in your favor.
Can I just blow a reroll? Or is it too long?
I mean, you could.
I know
you
I've
could reroll.
hesitated, so I have to ask.
You could reroll.
Okay.
You got them. You may as well use them.
I'd basically go all in on this.
Go for it.
Fuck me!
Oh man.
Yes!
Oh, there it is.
Very good. Very good. The very last one. Yeah, it took all of your rolls, but you succeeded. This is going to be a D3 plus your strength modifier to the first.
Oh my god.
Okay, all right. Sure enough, as you punt the first one, the moment that your foot kind of connects with it, I'm going to go ahead and give him that attack now. He's going to miss. The moment that you connect, you kick the sword out of his hand. The Kopesh goes sailing across the room. And it seems that you've also kicked his arm off of his body, punting him directly into the other. Go ahead and roll another D3 plus 4, please. And that's how much you're going to be dealing half to the other one.
He's Buzz Lightyear now. He's missing his arm.
Does that make Abasi sin?
Lord. Okay. They have been sent sprawling across the room. They're there. Okay.
So I'm hoping that they're both on the ground at least, if they're
Yes,
not dead.
they have been grounded, yes. We're going over here to Neferani.
Yes.
You just saw him clutch up at his eye and let loose this rage and then punt one of these tiny men across the room into the other.
How tall are they?
They stand at probably, less than 12 to
Okay.
14 inches.
And do they look like something I could like step on?
100%.
Okay, I'm gonna step on one.
Okay.
On the one that's right underneath me.
All right, seems good.
I'm
You
right
just-
here.
You just want to bring your foot down on top of this guy, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. What even is that?
I don't know.
There are no stamp. You know what? Roll a. It's a combat maneuver bonus. So give me a CMB, and let's see if you can break his CMD. So click CMB for me. That's really good.
Wow.
That might do it. That does it, actually. You are able to immediately pin him down. You stamp him down into the ground. You feel him wiggling under your feet, but he doesn't actually take any damage. You've just pinned him down. He's under your foot. Nothing's happening elsewhere. You technically have the equivalent of a move action if you'd like to.
No, I'm gonna just hold him there, especially if I see that he's trapped.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold on to him.
Okay.
We could interrogate this one.
Yeah, exactly. Ask the little wooden man, like, who do you work
Who's
for?
in charge here?
Who is he?
Where's the
Pilakka.
Black Pearl?
Pilakka.
All right. Pilakka's gonna move forward as this is going on, kind of creeping around the wheel and then toward the front of the chariot, just to within range of the fray.
Okay.
And trying to draw as little attention to herself as possible. She's gonna look for the first one that she can see. Probably, how many of them are there total? Do we know by now?
Well, you can see that
Do
Neferani
I
has
know?
turned. She seems to be stamping down one. One went sailing across the room. and you can see one directly to the side of Xanjafar. So there's at least 3.
Okay, so the one directly to the side of Xanjafar, I want to, as she's walking forward, she's got kind of this long twine full of just like random things woven into it, random spell, and she's kind of like just sifting through it without even looking at it. As she's walking, she's just kind of looping it, and until she finds what she wants, plucks it from her, and it's a piece of wool, small clump of wool. And it'll sort of dissolve as if it's burning without any visible flame, dissolving into ash and floating away from her hand to cast Daze, floating around for the effect of Daze on the one right next to Xanjafar. And that will be a will saving throw for him, I think.
He actually does not have to make a save. I'm going to give you an opportunity to take this back. He's a construct. And Pilakka would probably know that constructs, with as much understanding of magic as you have, constructs do not have to, they don't suffer the same kind of effects as living creatures. So Daze itself probably would not affect it.
Does not affect him, and she would know that. I wouldn't. Gotcha. Okay, well, now I know. So, in that case, she's going to kind of like give everybody a thumbs up from the chariot. Just watching.
Abasi just turns and looks at you and goes, "What the fuck?
Do you want this bird? Do you want him to carry the bird again?"
She's not waiting in there. I can only heal people on touch, man. I'm not getting in there.
She is saving us future work. I'm on Team Bird here.
Okay, all right.
If you guys want, I can throw a cone of flame in there, so just let y'all sort that out. But I don't think that's what you want right now.
Hard task.
We're gonna let Bask sort him out. Here's flame. Donkor.
Okay. All right. So, I'm still under the effects of stealth, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to, while drawing my short bow, come around the corner.
Okay.
I think this is far enough, right? So I can see the room?
Well, can you see the room?
Yes. And I can see that there is an enemy across from the 3 of them.
Okay, before you do what you're doing, this guy right here does not immediately see you, realizes there's probably a threat behind him, but does not see you. These guys over here are knocked down. They're prone. They are flat and prone. This one is being stepped on.
Okay, so Donkor sees this and he's a little bit in shock of what he's saying. He's like, really, dolls? But he's going to know that there's a threat here, and he's going to shoot an arrow, an iron arrow, probably at one of the ones laying down across the room.
Okay, go ahead and make that attack for me. All right, and you're going to see your character sheet move for just a moment. I need to see something. Persuasive, sleight of hand. Okay, all right. Let's see if it's going to hit. They're flat foot. It's actually not enough. It's not enough. Their flat foot is just outside of that range. Not by a lot. So you send an iron arrow soaring, and it seems to kind of like careen off of them into the wood just opposite them.
And that's even with a stealth bonus? Because I'm assuming I get a bonus.
Yeah, you're catching them. Well, no, you don't get a bonus when you're in stealth. You get a bonus when you catch them flat-footed, in this case.
Okay.
So it does lower their AC, but yeah, it's not going to be enough. So you catch their flat-footed class, and it's not going to be enough to hit them. Very close. Okay. Very, very close. Xanjafar.
Okay. So now I can attack twice, correct? Because I'm within range.
Not attack twice. You said that you were pulling the
both weapons.
Well, the Khopesh is going to be a two-handed weapon in this case, unless you're only wielding it in one hand. Is that your plan here?
No. I just wondered why I had a Jambaya as well.
Well, the Jambaya and dagger, they are smaller weapons. They're meant for finesse fighting.
Okay. Okay, so I had the second set in case I needed to be nimble. Okay.
You wanted something that could put out big damage if you needed it to.
Right. Versus AC. But the Jambaya and the dagger would be an action to switch to those?
Yeah, it is. It's an action to switch.
So I couldn't attack after that, correct?
Technically, if you wanted to, utilize your move. I'll allow you to swap out your move. You won't be able to move, but you'll be able to drop your weapon, draw your dagger and Jambaya, and make a single attack. With one of them, not both.
Okay. I think I'm going to actually just attack with my Kopesh.
Go for it. Make that attack. Let's see what you got. It's not enough.
And then I see that it fails, and I miss, and I retreat to this corner to try to get a better view of the battle.
Okay, yeah, as you kind of swing down atop this fetish, this small warrior doll, his shield comes up, and he just guides your blade down to the ground. And as you turn and attempt to run, he's going to take an attack as you're fleeing from his square.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Here we go. Let's see. I don't think that's going to hit you.
12 to my AC? No.
All right. We're going to give this a shot. Here we go. This guy is
Wait. Last turn, I held and pulled back.
You're right.
Am I still behind you for that?
No, you shifted into a different spot in initiative. Now you're first in the round.
Wait.
You held your initiative so that you could act before in that situation, right?
Yeah, I drew my weapon and then didn't do anything, and then I attacked at the end of the round.
You attacked at the end of the round, which is simultaneously also the beginning of the round at the same time. So
okay, so I've just moved my positioning.
Yeah, it's just shifted your positioning. That's all.
Yeah, no, that's all I wanted to make sure of before I. Yeah.
Okay, this guy's gonna move up and try to attack you. What the hell just happened to my browser?
And they all die. Good job, team.
Yeah, I know, right? Abasi. He's just going to try to take a stab at your leg, and it's going to be a miss. The others are going to finish shuffling from whatever mix they are upon. They were not prone, but they were still flustered, tossed and rattled. One of them has one arm. The other has what looks to be a bow, but no longer a quiver and arrows. So he stands. One of them clutching onto the shield. That's the one-armed fella. The other draws the blade from his side and stands. That's all they can do. The other still tries to fight beneath Neferani. I'm going to give him a chance to break free. Neferani, what is your CMD?
That sheet CMB is 3.
What is your CMD?
Oh, CMD 16. A little different.
All right. This could work. Nope. Still just struggles. Struggling hard. Abasi, you feel a clank against your armor from behind and realize that another is attacking your leg.
Abasi is upset. Abasi don't give a shit about the tiny little doll. I know I'm incurring attack of op.
You're kicking again.
I'm gonna strut over to these two, and I'm just gonna jump on them with the shield.
Okay. All
like
right.
off the top rope style, like coming down on the dolls.
Okay. All right. Let's give him that attack. See if he's gonna hit.
RKO.
Your AC is 18, right?
Ooh, yeah. I think you met me. Let me just pull this up real quick. Yes.
Even or odd in your favor?
I'll take an even.
Okay. It's even. You're good.
Sweet.
You charge over immediately, and you bring your shield down. I'm going to give you a d6 of damage per your weight by the 100 pounds. So I need from you... They've just oriented themselves. Like they're trying to get their wits about them again. And here you come over, Godzilla charging, and you just frog splash onto the top of them with your weapon or your shield. So go ahead and give me a d6 of damage per your 100 pounds. Okay, all right. He is crushed. You just crush them down beneath you. You hear the parts rupture and break away from the fetishes themselves, and it looks like a hand flies off from under the rolling shield. You can see that it looks like a head kind of rolls away from one of them as you try to gather yourself from this position. You have no doubt that you've just broken them into bits. Like a bully, you have smashed another man's toys. Neferani.
Got his revenge.
What does Neferani do?
So is this the only remaining one?
Technically, there is one behind you that had just taken a swing on Abasi, but the other beneath your foot. So one stands, one is currently being crushed by your foot.
How, like, is my, like, presumably if I grab my crossbow, is that one action and then I have to wait another round to shoot it?
No, you can, if you're not moving, you can just grab your crossbow and shoot straight down. The problem is you're standing.
I mean, no one's kind of in my general direction here, so I'm gonna do it.
You're just Boondock Saintsing this poor thing, like, good night.
Like an apex execution.
He's like 8 feet away from me, but the no one's around. I got the one under my foot, and it just is still swinging at people. Fuck that thing. Bam!
All right. Okay. Oh, so not the one that you're standing on.
Not the one that I'm standing on. No, the one that's like 8 feet away from me.
Gotcha. Go for it. Then make your
a
attack.
little bit of distance, at least. Yeah, not like
I thought.
Yeah, I thought you were like
just executing him like dead.
No.
Oh, let's see. That's not going to be enough. Your arrow actually careens off of the shield, and it seems to arc up and stick into the ceiling. It turns to you with this like sullen carved face. There is no blinking, there is no movement of mouth, but it now turns to you and faces you as a target. This goes to Pilakka.
Pilakka is going to take, seeing how things are kind of going over there, is going to take a few steps back, pulling out her scythe from her belt, and starts to etch a spell circle in the sand.
Scythe?
And then I pass.
Or the hand scythe, the comma.
Sorry, it's a hand sickle.
Okay, all right.
It's a hand sickle.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
how long have you had that?
Reaper Crow inbound.
Seasons don't fear the Reaper, but the Homunculi do.
I want to see a Reaper Crow fan art, please.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like Death's Gambit.
Then we have our main man, Big D, Donkor.
All right. Well, the only thing I'm gonna shoot the one that Neferani just tried to shoot.
Okay.
See if we can do that.
Now, this is a different kind of combat tactic here. You are getting a different series of advantages. You're drawing a line of flank in this situation because you're both firing ranged from nearly opposite. If you're able to shift yourself to about here, that right there will put you in position to actually get an additional modifier.
Okay, so I still have my bow drawn, and I will take that move action then. And that means I still have my attack action, which then we'll use to fire the bow.
Definitely. Okay, that's definitely going to hit, without a doubt, but you rolled minimum... Wait, you are also going to get your sneak attack, sir. Every odd level, you will gain an additional sneak attack die. So for you, for right now, until you hit level 3, you get an additional 1d6 on your damage. Xanjafar in a similar situation. So roll an additional d6 for me.
Give me 1 sec. How do I do that again?
Just type in /R space 1d6.
Oh my god!
Minimum damage
Your
again.
dice are cursed!
Dude, today is not in my favor.
It's rough for you.
Listen,
today.
I fucking double crit here, so I understand.
You catch his foot out from under him. He was not expecting you to be there, especially to catch him flanked from range. And you catch his foot out from under him. He falls. He is knocked to his ass. Takes 2 points of damage. Xanjafar.
Okay, so he's prone now, correct?
Sort of. Still clutching on to his Kopeshan shield. He's been knocked down to his butt, essentially.
Okay, he's gonna get back up again.
He's still facing Neferani, correct?
Yes, he is.
So I can take a move action to get directly behind him, and then use my positional advantage, correct?
You can.
Okay. So I'll move directly behind the doll and again swing the Kopesh.
All right, go for it. That is not going to be enough.
Why?
That is not going to be enough. You will quickly find out as a rogue, using Kopesh could mean big damage, but going for the smaller weapons, you'll have a better chance of hitting.
Yeah.
Your bonus is larger.
Because of the dex.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have an additional action after that, correct?
You moved and took an attack. That's correct.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. Okay. I end my turn. So I was kind of just like,
Pilakka, this whole fight. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Yeah, it's
I want a new bird.
the target is going to stand immediately, and it's going to target you, Xanjafar. Still clutching onto its weapon, it takes a swing. It's going to miss.
nice.
Abasi, top of initiative.
I moved
Yay.
here to protect Donkor. That's what this was.
Or get hit by my arrow.
In this
Either one.
situation, everybody's fighting for their lives, and Abasi's running around like an angry 14-year-old, just kicking the shit out of toys.
Well, you lost an eye.
I would, yeah, I'd be pissed too.
And I kicked the shit out of some toys. So far, I'm doing better than
You're not wrong.
had
You're
I
wrong.
not.
You aren't wrong.
I mean, I guess I could move and Kopesh this one. I see no reason in taking Neferani's fun from her.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, move me from this doll at your own peril.
Like I said, hard pass. That doll's all yours.
You're definitely going to hit.
That's my minimum damage.
Yep, you are definitely going to hit. And you're able to careen across the body, leaving a wild score across its front. It doesn't really have much left. You can see that just inside of this figure, it looks like it's been stuffed with something. Dried, rotted bits kind of hang. You weren't able to look at what you had crushed moments ago, but now that you've levied this Kopesh downward into it, you've opened it up, and it seems as if there are some kind of remains that have been stuffed inside.
Oh, no! No! No, don't tell me I'm killing things stuffed with old cat remains.
I was about to say, not the cats.
Don't do that.
No, not the cats.
Neferani!
This is former soldiers.
That I'd be okay with.
Yeah,
So-
I'm less upset about that.
Can I? So, the state of the wiggling, jiggling thing underneath me. Sorry, that was terrible. So the is it still armed? Like, have I basically effectively disarmed it, and it's just a angry, like, wailing piece of wood?
As far as you can tell, you can't see where the Kopesh is. It's likely that you're standing on it up to this point.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks good. Safe as can be at the moment.
And the other one is basically so this is the only one that poses any risk remaining.
As it seems, yes, the other one is still
Yes, okay.
standing, but not for much longer.
Okay, so I'm gonna bend down and look at it,
Okay.
take a closer look at it, and like, hey, see if it'll communicate with me.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try to give it a closer inspection and see if there's anything I can tell about it. Like, is it still have its Kopesh? Is is the shield still there? Can I pluck the Kopesh? Like, is it able to like is the arm like? Can I just take it out? Like, basically, can I disarm this thing while leaving it animate?
Sure. As you seem to kind of lean down and peel back your paw just enough, you can see that it is still clutching onto the blade, and it's trying to yank at it from under your foot.
All right, I'm gonna
It does not
try to-
respond to your words.
Okay, I'm gonna hack off at the arm that's trying to get. I want this thing.
She
alive.
really is playing with a mouse.
I want to hack off the arm, and so that it can no longer reach for the Kopesh.
You got it. You. Let's see if you can do that. Actually, go ahead and make an attack.
What do you want me to roll?
Roll your dagger, whatever your weapon is. Okay. It's a tough little sucker. You're just poking away with the kukri, and it seems to be highly resistant to it.
But you
kind of
still have
magic.
rerolls, right?
You might.
I do.
God, I just ripped through mine because I saw the time. I was like, fuck
Yeah,
it, go.
okay, that's true. So
That is actually it's prone. If you have another reroll and you break 10,
I got one more.
You have one more.
you
Yeah.
may as well use it.
There you go.
Hey, she got it. Well
11.
done. And yeah, with the slashing, it takes you a moment of quickly stabbing in the spot, but you're able to just nick the crook of the arm and just cut it right off. The arm stops yanking, and the body is now just kind of pulling away at itself, or at least trying to. Pilakka.
Pilakka is now just humming to herself and like doing wide sweeping circles and tracing like a shockingly symmetrical spell circle onto the ground.
You got it. Donkor.
Okay. So Donkor is going to move up toward this last one.
Okay.
The one that's not on the Neferani's foot. Figure maybe can I position myself here?
Where at exactly?
Right between Abasi and Xanjafar.
So they're engaged in melee combat at this point. You know that if you take a shot right now, later mechanically, unless you have the proper feats, you risk shooting them.
So I wouldn't. So at this point, I'm trying to move into melee combat also.
Okay, all right. Then you should probably drop your bow, move and draw some kind of melee weapon, and step up to an area that would kind of give you that. They're tiny.
You should be able to move far enough to go all the way around.
Yeah, you should be able to get all the way around.
Okay, so while moving, I'm going to drop my bow and draw my dagger.
Okay.
And I'm going to move pretty much in front of it at this point.
Go for it.
And then I'm going to attack it with my dagger.
Go for it.
Well, isn't it facing me now since it attacked me last?
Yes, Donkor, roll again to confirm. You actually confirm. That's the second critical hit of the night. I'm going to open up this critical hit deck. I'll start shuffling it, and you tell me when to stop, okay?
Okay.
Tell me when.
And stop.
Got it. Here we go. Slashing. Severed hand. In this case, normal damage, and target loses hand or other, taking 1d3 con and strength damage. Yikes. So go ahead and roll your what is your damage 2? And it doubles. It's going to take 4. Give me a d6, please. Your d6 is going to be on your sneak attack.
That's why they gave him 2, so you could remove them both.
Mm-hmm. Is this thing already super dead?
It's very close, yes. Okay, you slide into combat with your dagger, and you quickly make short work of this. As you bring your dagger across the back, you're able to remove the hand, and in swift motion, the head just sails right off the top of the fetish. It shakes briefly for a moment, and then falls. Combat stops. It finishes. Now, you are left in the chaos. Neferani, you still have a fetish beneath your foot. You've removed one of its arms. The others lay in bits.
I'm gonna try to pick this up, like I guess torso and one arm like together, and I'm gonna bring it to Pilakka.
Okay.
Because it seems like I'm bringing her a gift. Because this seems
You
like
really are a cat with a mouse,
like.
Jesus.
Yeah, she went, tortured the mouse, ripped it apart, and now she's like, Pilakka, I couldn't find your pillow, so here you go.
Pilakka kicks some of the sand off of her blade and slings it back onto the rope that serves as her belt, and accepts the gift from the cat and strokes her on the head for it, like kind of like back in the knuckles, just like, and then it just so happens to be exactly what she was making the spell circle for. Plops the thing unceremoniously into the middle of the spell circle and starts trying to divine what magic brought it to life.
Well, now this is all really very interesting. Well, Abasi's sitting on the chest. I don't know, a real quick question for you. If you're not too busy with your doll, fix me fucking eye!
Pilakka, you look up and you can see that the dwarf is in a very similar situation. His eye bleeds fervently so, and it looks as if the orb of the eye itself seems to be deflating.
Fucking bad.
I want to try. Okay, she's gonna walk up to him. She's gonna kind of like carefully step over the lines of the spell circle, and then walk over to him with two hands. And she's gonna place one set of fingers really close to. She's gonna two pinchy fingers. One real close to the eye where it meets, and the other one's gonna grab the end of the bolt and slowly pull it out.
Give me a heal.
Yes, and while she does that, she's going to be casting healing hex on it as it, like, kind of behind it as it during the trail of destruction that it would normally leave. And a heal for you, sir. 1 sec, sorry.
Oh no.
If he fucks this up, can I roll a survival to not lose the eye?
Very good. You're actually able to remove the barb itself without dealing any additional laceration to the eye itself. You can see that it's done some significant damage, and your heal, while capable of removing, you know that you need to be able to mend the actual eye itself. You could use spell work. You could heal all day long by literally casting a spell, but it's not going to physically adjust the wound. At this point, surgeons were around, but they tend to leave people in precarious one-eyed situations. You could try your hand at potentially mending, if you have access to mending.
To mending, I think I do.
Now, a lot of DMs probably wouldn't allow this, but you're supposed to only use mending on non-living material. However, I think, given your situation as a witch, constantly focusing on the use of living matter, this isn't out of the realm of possibility for you. It's probably going to take a few more of your components, but I believe it's possible. I will need you to cast Mending, and then you'll have to follow it with a heal as you essentially barb the eye back closed and heal it in hopes of it functioning again.
Stitch me up, Bird Mom.
All right. There's Mending, which I guess there's no roll involved naturally for Mending.
That's correct.
Oh, it's 1d4 hit points.
Yes.
Would you like me to roll a d4 for the mending aspect?
No, not so much that. I just want to see your successful heal. I want another big heal. Before you roll,
you've got rerolls, right?
I'm going to set the DC on this. It's going to be difficult, okay? I'm going to set the DC on this at 18. And Abasi, you're probably going to have to lay down very carefully, gritting your teeth through it. DC is 18.
You've got rerolls.
I'm going to go ahead and use a reroll. I haven't used a single one.
Oh, God.
I'll go ahead and use another one.
Oh, my God. My confidence here is just slowly dying.
You got to know how lucky you are.
I have
a +9. That's a 3. That's a 3 and a 6 there, pretty buddy.
Yeah. And from Abasi, given that that Pilakka is doing this for you, you need to remain as still as possible. This is painful. I need a successful fortitude from you. You have to remain still. I need a 16.
You want me to roll a fort, and a good fort.
Yes. I need a 16 on the DC.
But what if I just smiled really nice and you were like, it's okay, bud, you can keep your eye?
Well, that wouldn't be fun for me now, would it?
I don't have any fucking rerolls.
No! Fuck! Oh!
Hey, chat. Now hear me out. Chat. Hear me out, right?
This is happening.
I just think about it. All right, listen, I know you wanted to fuck yell on my fufu.
I approve of the shameless whoring.
Oh, wow.
Turbo and Bunny.
Nice.
Coming through hot, giving you an additional 2 rolls.
I've hoard for less.
Very good. Very, very good. You are able to just shirk off the pain. Lots of gritting your teeth, white knuckling over whatever object happens to be in your hand at that point.
Wow.
A searing pain basically draws over your entire face. And for anybody that's watching this, you see what visibly looks like a dark magic shifting away from the palm of Pilakka. The eye is going to look a bit more bizarre than normal because now it's been arcane tinged. I am going to change the orbit of your eye, and I'm going to give that to complete narrative control to Blacklight. What does his eye look like?
What color are Abasi's eyes?
That's a good question. Gold. They're gold.
Gold. Okay. So as it's drawn out, she's trying to reconstruct the eye kind of behind it. You can't remove something from like an arrow from your body without causing even more damage. So she's kind of just pulling it through the damage anyway and just reassembling it all as it goes. So in the end, it's going to be kind of his iris is going to be kind of invaded by the pupil, which is kind of splashed out, almost like a Rick and Morty character, like a starburst, like because it never really fully healed. So you got kind of a starburst pupil now, and one of your eyes is silver, or perhaps just white in the all the way. Like it's hard to even see the iris.
So it's opaque. You've got this this very like
it's whitish.
Yeah, this milky look about it. Probably very similar to hers.
Oh, great. I've joined the fan club. That's lovely. I can still see out of it though, right?
Yes.
I kind of just gave you a Rick and Morty eye. I didn't really think about it until I said it, but
you can see it. I will be very clear. I was prepared to take the vision out of your eye. I was going to take your eye here if you guys didn't succeed.
I was wholeheartedly expecting to lose the eye from the moment that you happened to roll the crit deck and my eye. And I went, oh, well, crit. Fuck me.
Yeah. Well, dare I do say this?
Beautiful.
You're a little bit more worse for wears, but at least you're more handsome now.
I kind of like it.
He's trying to shine up his shield. He's like, I am kind of sexy. You think my dad might forget what I look like with this?
No.
Does it? She holds one hand over his good eye and then tracks has him follow her finger. It works though.
Yeah, yes. We're without an iris, but I can see your ugly mug as clear as day. Thank you for reaching into my hole and fixing what ails me.
Then I suppose for once in your life you stop belly aching.
You'd think so, Burr, but remember who still has to carry you out of this hole? Protect your mule, why don't you?
Why do you think I keep you in such tip-top shape?
Dear diary, bird saves man's eye.
Cat gets new toy.
Cat gets new toy.
Yeah,
we fought dolls today.
What's happening now? Now that you've managed to
you
save
can play
the eye,
with your doll.
Pilakka, you
sit here and cry.
You managed to stuff the fetish into this circle. What does this circle do exactly?
Its purpose was to try and divine anything she can about the homunculi, specifically about the magic that brought them to life.
Okay. As far as I'll run with this. How are you hoping to glean this information?
So the spell circle sort of just acts as kind of a looking glass for her. Anything that's placed within the middle of it, if she's designed it correctly, should kind of basically by taking the sort of the sort of underlying magical current of any area, she can redirect it via the circle, which is what that's for. Sort of hone it, focus it, and kind of get it to fill and wash over in sort of a very basic and non-fundamentally changing way. Basically, almost acting as the dye does in veins. A very thin layer of magic, and looks for any disturbances within that magic, and she can kind of read how things work that way.
Okay. So give me a knowledge arcana, if you will.
Sure.
That's actually really very good. Constructing a fetish is very difficult. It requires fairly high-level magic, especially when you're making so many of them. Generally, it helps, and at least you know this, to have something lasting from whatever its target was. In this case, your best guess is this was created from someone that had a divine loyalty to Akentepe. And you can see as much by its innards that seem to be kind of hanging out of the others, right? You don't really know what triggered it. You're not really sure what set these things into motion. Maybe it was just a motion thing itself, right? Motion trigger. But they reacted very harshly.
Okay. So she's gonna kind of suspect that they were just, set, as we can kind of gather, that they were set here to possibly from. Do they seem to be? Sorry, let me interrupt myself here. Are they human remains or something else?
Give me a heal check. Bless you.
Sorry, thank you.
Nope.
You're not
I think
sure.
I have one more.
Maybe.
Well, you have a few because I got them to get extra.
Oh yeah, technically, yeah. You guys.
I'll take a reroll. Why not?
You are most certain you can identify bits of like kidney larger than what you would find in a smaller animal. Even though it's been hacked to bits, it's safe to assume that you're looking at human parts.
Okay, so human or humanoid.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's just gonna kind of tuck away the knowledge, confirm that these were placed here to guard his tomb, likely via their strong relationship bond in life. And she's going to make sure to inform everybody that the books that we found are valuable, if we didn't already. Abasi should be getting healed as well because he gets a heal hex. Pilakka will also take this time to sort of eye everybody up and see if anybody else is wounded.
That's fine. It's fine. If anybody is injured, you guys totally can. Neferani, where you remain, courtesy of where you remain, the table remains in a heap, but the battle plans that lay on top of the table, while also in the heap, are not damaged.
Okay.
You're confident that you can retrieve those without any issue whatsoever. Can I get a perception from you, though, please? Very good. Hidden amidst the destroyed diorama inside of the building that was lifted by Abasi. It seems as if the roof itself was destroyed in a way that reveals inside, and it appears to be some sort of almost like a church or a place for divining in general. And there is an altar. And on top of this altar, there is a small, very, very smooth and shimmering black stone. It sets itself aside from everything else that you've seen here. It doesn't look like it's been a well-crafted diorama, but something that was just shoddily met in comparison to the other things. However, this feels very, very out of place.
I'm gonna reach for it.
Go for it.
I'm gonna reach out and touch it. And
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna attempt to pick it up.
Okay. Sure enough, you do. When you pick it up, you feel the smoothness in your hand and how cool it is compared to the rest of the room. And it feels very nice in your hand. It is cut in a way that almost makes it feel perfect in its construct, like it is perfectly circular. You don't know why this was hidden here. You have absolutely no reason to believe that anybody would have looked here, however, for however many years were remaining. Unless, of course, this diorama was destroyed.
Does it look valuable, or does it just look like a stone that might have been part of the...
It does actually appear to be quite valuable.
Okay. Can I... Oh, excuse me. Do I have... Can I try to appraise it?
You can try. If this was onset into any kind of weapon, or perhaps like a breast in an amulet, a pendant even, this would be easily worthy of a few hundred gold. Very valuable. That being said, you feel this weight on your person. This pressure against your beans, if you will. You didn't feel it prior. Do you say anything? Do you do anything? Do you pocket the stone?
Is it nothing in this pressure or this change tells me it's not an influencing feeling, correct? It's just
it's not something that's compulsory. You're not feeling anything that's pulling upon the very will of your person. It's not anything that's testing your fortitude of sorts, and you don't have to react in any kind of manner that's natural to a cat, reflexively so. This feels like you've grown an intense amount of weight.
Okay.
It falls over your shoulders, and it seems to draw at the haunches of your back in a way that you almost feel sort of crippled, like you're carrying a burden beyond your max.
So I'm gonna place it down on the table, but not move away. I'm just gonna kind of put it down and let it go.
When you place it down on the table and you release your hand, and you begin to pull back away from it, it's no longer on the table.
You're doing this shit again.
So basically, what everyone else is gonna see is me like frantically like whacking at the table, like like.
Neferani, you realize that while you're patting at the table with your right hand, you're borderline punching it, but your hand is closed, your left hand. You feel it in your palm. Nestled amidst said beans is the small black stone. You're certain that you didn't put it in this hand.
I'm gonna try again.
You place it down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not on the table.
Hey everyone. Hi. I don't know does somebody come here, please? And I'm just gonna hold my hands out like. So they basically see this, and I'm trying to do this, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I creep over with my piqued interest.
Okay.
Is there any way to like peel? Like, can I show them? Like,
Oh, yeah.
if I'm not trying
You
to put
can-
it down, I can show them.
You can open your hands, definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't
Can
know
I-
what's going on.
Can we
And-
see the?
Yep, you guys can see it. Clean
Okay.
and clear as day.
Now that they're over, so Donkor and Xanjafar are over here. I'm gonna try to put it back down on the table while they're watching, but like looking at them.
She very delicately takes one hand lifted up and she places the other one down. It's between her fingers. And when she releases, before it can drop to the table, it disappears again. And when you glance back up, this hand is closed.
And then I'll take it and open it up and show them that it's back. I just picked it up. It was so pretty.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Okay.
No, really, good job. I'm glad you could see that. That's Pilakka. We might need you here for a moment, please.
Pilakka rattles over.
A thing?
I want to lean in and make a perception check see if I can see anything on it that I might just really, really close, but not touching. To see if I can see anything I recognize on it, I guess.
It's smooth, perfectly circular. There isn't an indentation, nothing that would lead you to believe that there's any kind of mar in the surface whatsoever. It's impeccable.
Okay, so there's like no lines
Nothing.
or any indentations. It's perfect.
No,
Okay.
sir.
As Pilakka walks forward, she leads unusually with her busy eye, and activates her detect magic.
Sure.
And takes a look at the bead.
When you cast Detect Magic, you see foul magic running over the orb itself, and it seems to tether it to her very being like a chain, anchoring her down. Every time she releases it, it appears in the opposite palm, seemingly binding itself to her person. You've seen this magic before. This is a curse.
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel any different? Like, does it get worse when I keep
Nope.
trying to put it down? It just
Nope.
stays.
Okay. Does Pilakka feel confident that she can divine the exact nature of the curse?
Oh yeah, you can try.
Perhaps
You can try. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be very challenging. For this, give me a spellcraft check.
Okay.
This could be the ultimate weapon. You just buy a sling at the market, and every time you hit them, boom, your ammo's back.
Infinite ammo. We're back to the Gatling gun. Pilakka gestures towards her spell circle that's now just to the right of the chariot, or to the south of the chariot, and says, "Please have a seat." And then we'll use that once Neferani's in the middle to try and divine.
So I trust the bird. So I'm gonna go in the middle and have a seat. Crisscross.
Okay.
And stand still or you'll explode.
Oh, I'm a sit. I'm a literally sit.
Okay.
Like crisscross applesauce.
I set the DC at 24. I didn't actually think that you were going to get this, but you've managed to meet it. Even or odd in your favor.
Odd. Pilakka's odd. She's got to go odd.
And it's even. You've heard of this kind of magic before, but you are not certain. It's a curse, and it's very clear how it works. It seems to tether itself to her, and it cannot be released. Curses have to be removed with the ability or the spell itself remove curse. It has some kind of additional property, but you can't be sure what it is. Now, Neferani, you realized on your way over, your footfall was very heavy, and you moved a bit more sluggish. Mechanically, this is what's happened to your person. Your speed is halved in every action or reaction. This is, for all intents and purposes, a cursed item called the Stone of Weight.
But we're not allowed to ask her about it, right?
This is no longer a Pog champ.
The Pog is gone.
Pilakka tells her, it is a stone made to be cursed by those who touch. You have made a grave error, and now you will find yourself burdened.
Jen Human says, is this a gift from a viewer? The answer is yes. This is a gift from a viewer.
Oh, wow.
It's career-free, he's told us.
Yes, Kurt.
They've been apologizing profusely, sort of, in the
He's probably expecting me or Xanjafar to pick it up, actually.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I did
Their
pick it
exact
up.
words were, this happened exactly as I hoped it would.
I could have perhaps cured this a long time ago, but it is now beyond my ability. You will have to deal with it for now.
Do you want to hold it? I mean, you're already only like, how many pounds?
I will pass. Hard pass.
I'm just gonna
Hard pass.
Hard pass. Hard pass.
Did I just hear the bird say hard pass? This is interesting.
Jared.
Maybe you'll not.
I'm going to turn to face no one in particular because I don't want to do it. And I just want to see what happens if I gently toss it out of my hand.
Sure.
What, like a wedding bouquet?
No, like just like, almost like a yo-yo, like whoop.
Oh, okay.
Just enough to hit Donkor between the eyes, and then it's gone.
Sure
No,
enough,
I specifically no one.
as you release the stone from your hand, you feel it release, but sure enough, when you look down, it's no longer in your hand, but you feel the weight and the smoothness in your other hand.
Okay.
You could get so much money back in town by fucking sleight-of-handing fucking with people at like a Shells game. Like, you see it? It's under this one. Which one is
But how
it?
do I play the bongos if I'm super slow? Everything now is like friggin' slow jam the news. Like,
Play your fastest songs.
right.
Those are your goals.
I will do my best to recall the solution, but this may be a tricky problem to get over.
Now, it takes you a while of fiddling around with it, but you do, you will find out that you can place it on your person. It doesn't have to just be in your hand. However, as you would intend to throw it or drop it, it will always reappear in your hand until remove curse has been bestowed upon it.
What happens if I throw it against like a wall? Like, does it damage? Like, if I throw it like increasingly harder to make sure it doesn't like return to my hand with the same force?
The moment that it breaks 5 feet away from you, it will return back to your palm. Even if you are within 3 feet away from the wall, the moment it connects, it's bam, right back in the palm.
But does it leave any damage when it connects?
Nope.
Okay. So in other words, like if I threw it at Abasi's head, as soon as it would connect, it would come back to me and he'd be fine.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
it's
gonna
not-
have some fun with this.
You could freak people
Wait,
out in the marketplace.
I was gonna say, did you say that out loud?
I mean, listen, I'd be willing to take some rocks to the face just to find out we have a super godstone.
I'm not above testing this on other people in the party. As long as I'm pretty sure it's not gonna hurt them permanently.
Abasi, while she's discerning the features of the stone and you're trying to figure this all out, you do realize that there are still several small chests in the room. There's also
I came back over here because now that I can see out of my eye
Mhm.
and I can't help her with the tiny rock, I'm not as magically inclined. I was coming back to look at the shield.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beyond even traditional masterwork quality. This was a gift to a general, a hero of sorts. And you have no doubt that it probably possesses some magical properties. You're not sure what yet, but you have no doubt in mind. Also, not far from here, probably about 10 feet to your right, there is what looks to be a placement of swords, one of which is the standard khopesh as wielded by Akentepe himself. And it seems to be of at least masterwork quality. It's beautiful.
Well, I don't want to be a greedy boy and snipe the shield and immediately throw Donkor out of the way and grab his sword, but he is directly to my right after all.
I don't think Donkor would go for that weapon anyway. I feel like he's probably more of the range.
No, I'm trying to look at the chest right now.
Yeah, I feel that feels about right.
Then yeah, I'll store my weapons and take the shield down to get a better look at it and take a look at the khopesh.
Okay. Taking a look at the khopesh itself, it's quality. It's really good stuff. It doesn't quite look as wondrous as the shield itself. There is no fancy construction in its shape. It's just that it's beautiful. There is a what looks to be an emerald that is placed in the pommel, and it's made of a darker wood, probably something from the Northern Wangi Expanse. Certainly not made in these parts, but a gift to the general.
And that was the shield? Or that was the sword?
That was the sword.
Okay.
So who is going to take a look at these small chests?
I am.
I mean, I can assist you in this.
I'm not sure that he's really sure about that.
No.
Yeah, that hesitation though.
Very sure. So are they out of reach or are they at ground level?
They're just above where your head rests, so you could probably reach up and grab them off the shelf itself.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna grab the middle. That is a chest, right? The middle one.
Yes, it is.
So I'm probably gonna grab that one because that one looks fairly odd compared to the other two.
When you pull it down, it doesn't appear to be trapped or locked. It seems that it's been sealed with wax, so they could probably keep whatever is inside whole without obviously dilapidating over time.
So could I use like a tinderbox to melt the wax?
You certainly can.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my tinderbox out of my bag and strike it so that way I can heat the wax.
Okay. Sure. Very good. You manage to reveal a few things. Do you do this to the other chests as well? Because they're in similar situations. When you look back up, each of them are sealed with wax, various belongings inside.
We'll probably do one at a time, unless Xanjafar wants to grab one.
The last chest, I'm kind of hesitant.
All right, so
Well, I'm going to open this one, Xanjafar, and I'm not sure if you want to grab the other two. I may be injured, but you look a little bit frightened.
Let's see what's in that chest first, and then we'll go from there.
All right, then.
Okay. Peering through the chest itself, you can see that there are private memos, what looks to be private correspondences, potentially papers discussing events or trials that were important to Akentepe. He seemed like his own personal effects.
Okay, so he's gonna take note of that, but he's not gonna be interested in these because he's looking for. We've seen battle plans.
You would know that something this dated, their history is a large part of Wati's culture, and Osirianologists pay out the ass for quality dated material.
So he would Donkor himself would know this, but he's not trying to completely grave rob the dead in the event that there is some sort of curse after the events that happened today.
Well, little grave robbing is no different than major grave robbing, and you guys have been given the explicit permission by the Pharaoh and by the Lady of Graves herself.
Okay, well,
it's still your decision, but I just want to ease your mind in that situation.
He's still gonna with the events to today. These are still things that are weighing his mind, and he has been injured here, so he's just going to put that off to the side and kind of shift it toward Xanjafar. So that way Xanjafar can take note of this.
Okay.
And he can decide.
Yeah. Do you mind if I have these things?
I mean, you can certainly take them, and after we leave, we can see what happens. But I'm not going to take them myself. If you catch my drift.
I will store these to have someone look at these.
Okay.
So Xanjafar puts them, I guess, in his pack.
Okay, so now he's gonna take the chest on the right and do the same. He's gonna light his
I'll grab the chest on the left at the same time as well.
Okay. Breaking off the wax on the right, since you went for that first, it seems as if you're going to find inside papyrus tubes. They seem to be holding records, various memos and ledgers, some speeches that may have been important in his time. Again, it's just more important documents.
Okay.
And then I guess I'll open mine.
Sure. When you crack yours open, yours is a little different. I'm not really sure why this standard amount is here, but it seems to have 3 leather-bound sacks inside.
I like sacks.
Okay.
Are they tied with anything?
They're bound by cord.
Bound by cord. Okay. And you said there was 3 of them?
Yes.
And I already demolished the table, so it's not like I can lay it out.
Correct. The only thing of suspicion is an urn. Yes, an urn that is between the far right and middle chest.
So Donkor is going to look at these papyrus tubes really quick, and he's going to take one of them, and he's going to put it into his bag.
Okay. One of what again?
One of the papyrus tubes that has the documents inside from the right chest. I don't know how much they weigh.
Not very much. Should be super simple.
Okay, so all right.
Xanjafar,
so
do you unbind these cables, these cords?
First, what was in the chest that I took from Donkor? It was documentations of like his what?
Memos, speeches, ledgers, things of that nature.
Memos. I just wanted to write it down. I don't even know how to spell memos. Is that 2 M's?
M-E-M-O?
Why does that look weird?
It's one of those words, right? Like you write something and you're like, no, this is fucked. I've seen this word a million times, but there's no way this is how it's spelled.
I hate English.
It's the worst.
Nothing makes sense ever. Like the whole I before E thing only works on like 15%.
Right, except before I before E, except after C and every other letter.
Yeah.
And every other letter, because it only applies like twice.
Right, for 3 words.
Right.
So you said it was in
3 leather-bound bags.
3 leather-bound. Well, I mean, what are they bound by again?
Cable, just a cord.
Just a cord. Like, It doesn't look anything special.
The special was the fact that it was a wax-sealed chest.
Right.
So Donkor is gonna walk over to Xanjafar now as he's inspecting this chest and just simply grab one and just palm it.
Sure. You grab the bag, and the moment that you do, a very familiar sound rings loudly. It's coins.
Nice. Wait, you palming it as in you just like turned it upside down? And
No, like he's holding it in.
Oh, okay.
Palm.
You're just
like he's
feeling the
like
sack thoroughly.
Right. Like he's
Right.
like doing what you would normally do when you see like a sack of that sort. You would try to weigh it out, see what happens.
Get in there, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, now that my
face butt made too.
now that I'm kind of like a little bit like, because we just got attacked by reanimated dolls, and that took way longer than I thought it would. I set down the chest, I grabbed the 2 sacks in each hand, and I feel both of them to kind of see what is in either.
One seems to be a bit heavier than the other by probably a pound or so, but you have without a doubt in mind that these are coin bags.
Okay. Both are coin bags.
Yes.
Okay. I guess I put both coin bags in my pockets.
Okay. Well, everybody's watching you. You just
and I say I'm gonna hold on to these, and we can count them out when we.
So Donkor is immediately going to take note of this as he's watching him do this, and be like,
"These are heavy coin bags, and you're going to pocket both of them."
Oh, I'm not stealing them. I'm just safekeeping.
And I'm still not sure that I can trust you. How about we give it to Abasi instead?
Fair enough.
Abasi's mesmerized with the shield in the corner still. What?
Newell, take all of this money. That's what I got out of that.
I can tell you that the documents that you're already safekeeping are already worth quite a bit. Now you want to keep the coin. That seems sus to me.
Oh, no, not at all. I was messing with his eye in the corner, and it didn't look like he needed some time to readjust to his newly found squid eye. Like squid ink. Never mind.
So now about my bowel injuries.
Okay.
So now we still have the urn to decipher in this case.
Yes. It has a very faint seal of wax around it. Nothing super crazy. When you begin to shift it, assuming that you do, there is a motion of noise inside that sounds wet. It moves like a liquid, not like ash.
Before we do anything, can I'm gonna call Pilakka over and be like, can you say, maybe sense whatever might be inside of it before I undo the seal and see what's actually in the inside?
Pilakka, taking him literally at the word sense, leans over it and just goes, takes a deep whiff.
Cocaine.
It's a liquid.
There's actually a very
Coca-Cola.
there's a very faint smell here, but it's what you smelled in the hallway previous to this.
I hand Abasi the 2 bags of coin and kind of just stand back a little bit away from the urn.
This is what I had picked up. Now that it's closer, is it a pleasant smell? Is it really off-putting?
Give me, let's see. Give me a knowledge local.
Okay.
From both of us?
From him.
Okay.
Wow, very good. I didn't expect you to do so well. It is a dated smell. It's not something that's been around Wati for quite some time. But in the earlier years of Galarian, you're familiar with this. It was faint, but women used to use a smell very similar to this when trying to attract a suitor.
I've smelt this before. It matches the description of something I have read. I believe this is a very, very old perfume of sorts. Perhaps valuable.
Well, I'm not going to open it then, since we seem to know what it is. And in that case,
can I use praise to see how much give a ballpark what the urn itself would cost, since we don't know how much the perfume probably would be at this point?
The urn looks very mundane in its sense, and until you find someone that is a bit more learned in something like this, you may not be able to to best guess. I mean, in this sheer amount, perfume in this amount of any kind is expensive.
Yeah, 'cause it's a hefty urn.
It's like a 2 liter of perfume.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Do you mind if I just try to roll anyway? See what's up?
Yeah, you can try. Yeah, go for it.
It's kind of tempting to just start emptying out some potions.
Your best guess is the right person would probably give you 20 or 30 gold for it. Which
We're just
that's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
Okay. All right, so he'll hold on to this, and we'll discuss probably more about it later, or maybe it might come to some use to him.
Okay. Yeah, I would say
Does
do
it
just
stay
like
sealed, or is
Yeah.
it kind of like a
unless
loose
you guys
lid?
unless you guys break the seal itself, nothing's going to change. Like if this was equivalent exchange to today's time with inflation, you're looking at like back then it may have been 20 or 30 gold, but in today's standard, it's probably closer to like $30,000 or $40,000.
Yeah. Because each placeholder,
Nice.
like copper to silver, is 100 pieces per up, right?
Well, it's 10, so 10
No.
copper to a
oh,
silver,
it's 10.
10 silver to a gold, then 10 gold to a platinum.
And
so
on
20
it,
gold, 20,000 or 2,000, correct?
It's a
Yeah.
substantial amount.
Yeah.
Okay, so and just so I have the question, so like an urn of this value, or with this amount of liquid, there'd be like a pound, 2 pounds at most.
You're probably looking at closer to like 3.5 or 4 pounds, including the
Okay.
urn itself. It's not substantially heavy, but if something were to happen, like if you were to fall on it or there was an explosion, you risk breaking it. It is just a clay urn.
Okay, just
probably
making sure.
flammable. Probably flammable too, but
Probably
ancient
very
perfume should be
flammable,
worth
yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
So, with that, we've ran out of time, guys. It's already past that spot, and as much as I would love to continue going, we're just gonna have to end it right here. So it was a bit of an interesting scenario tonight. I rather enjoyed the dungeon crawl. I was digging on that. Lots of good rolls, lots of really terrible rolls too.
I know.
Some homunculi with some really good rolls.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Some excellent ones.
Was a little rough. So we're gonna go ahead and give everybody an opportunity to talk about themselves. I'm gonna start with Donkor. D for Donkor. Who are you? What are you doing? Where can we find you, buddy?
What's up, guys? You guys can subscribe to the BubberNaut for more luck rerolls, as we're obviously going to need them.
You're not wrong.
But you guys can find me on twitch.tv/Kaoiji. Recently, I just picked up The Division. Seems like every week I'm playing a brand new game, which is dope. But yeah, you guys can find me on my channel, and that's really about it.
Dope. Very cool. We have Xanjafar. Who are you? What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Hi, I'm the stand-in character that came out of nowhere. And everybody doesn't trust. My name's I'm RyutheRed on Twitch, just twitch.tv/RyutheRed. Make sure you guys support Bob with or without the rolls. The rolls are nice. I really like the rolls, but I definitely love Bub's content. I'm glad that he brought me in for another session on top of the last one. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got. I stream MMOs mainly. I'm that weird guy. The end.
And we'll see you back next week, right?
Yeah, next
Good.
week I'll be back.
Good.
I mean, unless you have found a character.
I'm happy to have you back next week.
Nice. Okay.
We also got Blah here. Pilakka-Bitakk. Who are you? What are you doing? Where can we find you?
My name is Blah, BlackLightAttack. You can find me wherever you can play little old ladies in games, including the tabletop ones. I love playing little old ladies, man. I don't know what it is. You can catch me here every week, jamming Pilakka as the resident spellcaster, rocking it.
I dig Pilakka. She's a lot of fun. Lot of fun.
I'm having a lot of fun with this character. I'm glad that you are too.
Good. Neferani. Who are you? What are you doing? Where can we find you?
My name's Misty. Hello. You can find me at twitch.tv/Imperialgrrl, 2 R's. Please, I have to echo, please support Bubber. He's amazing. Both on and off screen. Also support me, because did you know that you could subscribe to your favorite channel free with Twitch? No, I'm joking. Use it on him.
You totally should. Go support everybody.
I mostly played some games, mostly, I don't know, whatever strikes my fancy, anything from Rust to The Sims. But sewing's my jam. So not intended right there. That's it.
I love it. Oh, that's fucking funny. And Abasi, my dear friend.
Hey guys, I'm Jared. Some people occasionally call me JDScientize, but it's rare. It's rare. I go by real names. It's strange. And right now we're in the middle of an appreciation event. And if you've been wondering why I'm a little fucking out of it for the last 2 days, it's because we're doing 24-hour streams every Sunday that we then knock down to 18-hour streams. And as it turns out, I'm still really tired come Tuesday with those. It's crazy. But right now we're we're in the middle of an appreciation month. We've done our intro, our zombie week, and now we're starting co-op. Just playing Portal today. I've got Vermintide, Payday, Far Cry, Left 4 Dead, all that fun stuff set up for the rest of this week. I mean, a lot of people came by and said hi and saw what was up and help us on our goal to start making shit tons of very large and interesting clips.
Very good. Very good. And I'm sure, well, most of you guys know. Well, thank you so much, Double Crisp. That's nice. I appreciate that. Hey, that's pretty good.
Love you, Crispy.
Thanks, bud.
Those carry over to next week, right?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe. Depends. We'll see. Let's see how the after show goes. So, guys, I'm Bub, TheBubbernaut. You found me here, courtesy of, either stumbling into the channel or just happening to be guided through by one of these amazing casters. I appreciate them coming back every week. You can find me on all of those places right there. Check out the Discord, totally free. Facebook is always popping in action. Twitter is a place where I sometimes post things that are on my mind. YouTube is constantly holding all of these backlogged episodes. And Patreon is where you guys can keep the stream alive, keep the dream alive. If you want to make sure that you get reps so you can affect the shows, show up here. Even if I'm off stream, you can still gain reputation. And if you sub on Patreon, you can do things like the once a month not luck reroll, but wild magic, which, as we saw tonight, Blacklight loves. He just absolutely adores.
He'll find you. He'll fucking find you.
Again, that is.
I love it.
Like it.
Yeah, well, the top half of Donkor almost got obliterated instead of healed.
Truth. Again, they can only do that once a month, and maybe more if people decide to come on. But that's if they even remember to use it. So that's it for me, guys. Thank you for absolutely everything tonight. Let's see, is there anyone online? Are any of you guys actually going to be streaming after this?
No.
No, I'm gonna be stuffing my face.
Okay.
I am way too hungry.
Yeah, I'm starving.
I'm gonna be there.
All right.
I'll be in bed.
I'm going to shove this over to someone who is streaming. Let's see who. We'll shove this right over at Astro. Astro's good people. Host the Astro. But thanks a lot, guys, for absolutely everything. We love your faces. Good night. Have a good one.
Bye.
Let's see if I did that right.